It's so strong in the
Alright. It's been a while. Change is afoot, everyone. Change is afoot. Hello everyone. How are we? Hope we are all okay. You join me on a strange afternoon in London. I have to say there's cloud but a bit of blue sky. It's actually very warm, despite how windy it is. It is very, very humid. But yes, the weather has been a bit unpredictable, just like my YouTube upload schedule recently. That has been very unpredictable. You never know when the Rhythmic Biker is just going to come and drop a video onto your subscription feed, or not if you're not subscribed. But anyway, where have I been? What have I been doing? So, for those of you who watched my last video, which was just riding around some nice roads in MK, yeah, I returned home to London after that weekend. You know, back home, seeing the friends, seeing family, etc, etc. I was actually in MK to do some job training for a job that I was going to be doing in the summer, but I'll touch on that in literally just a second. But yeah, I returned back to London, and it was pretty much straight away, boom, back into uni work. And you know, I'm not just talking about your bog standard uni work like lectures and stuff like that. I actually didn't have many lectures, if any, that I can remember in the last 3 or 4 weeks. No, I had quite a lot of final assignments due. A work placement portfolio, my dissertation. You know, not little pieces of work. We're talking about pieces of work that will eventually define my degree, and that was all due pretty much as soon as I was back in London. So I kind of took a step back from going out on the bike for leisurely rides like today. Didn't do any motor vlogging, and I do apologise for that if you have truly missed me. I'm going for that. Yes, Amber. Just about. Let me know whether you think I just jumped the red light. That will cause some controversy. And so then what happened, Rhythmic Biker, I hear you ask? So all this work was sort of due in around the same sort of time, you know, maybe a few days apart from each other, which obviously meant I spent day and night in my university library, at home, writing, reading, researching, doing all my data analysis, you know, all that good jazz that we all like to do. And yeah, that obviously takes some time. It takes up quite a lot of your day, and you know, you don't get to do as many of the things as you want to do. So that had an effect on the motor vlogging schedule, for which again I do apologise. But I did get it all done, you'll be happy to know. Yes, that is correct. I have submitted everything. If anything, now it's actually been maybe a week or 2 weeks or whatever, since we've started actually getting some results back. And that's been great. You know, who doesn't love being a nervous wreck? And you know, these results, like I said in my life as a university student in third year, God, they affect you for pretty much the rest of your life. So, well, in terms of your university degree classification in third year, yeah, it all counts. So, you know, a little bit nervous at the moment as the results start coming in. You know, you want good grades, etc, etc. I think he actually ignored me, so oh well. You're in trouble, Polo. Is that a Polo or is it a Golf? I never know with cars. Ooh, you're in trouble. Anyway, I'm getting off topic all the time. So yes, university work submitted, grades coming back. Then what have I been doing that has been preventing me from going out and recording great videos that I know draw in hundreds and hundreds of people every single week? Sarcasm inserted. Then it was all about applying for jobs, because obviously I'm finishing university well, I'm finished university now, but you know, I graduate in July, hopefully. And yeah, so it was all about applying for jobs. I don't want to be unemployed after university. You know, I quite like money. I'm not gonna lie. I like having it. So yeah, job hunting started pretty much as soon as the final piece of work was handed in. And you know how it goes. Well, maybe you do, maybe you don't, or maybe you've read about it, or maybe you have a son, daughter who's been in the same boat. You're a graduate or an upcoming graduate. You know, everyone's in the same boat as you. Everyone's applying for jobs, and the same sort of jobs as well, etc., etc. So I applied for a fair amount, let's say, and you know, I then got my fair amount of rejections. No replies, stuff like that, and it can be really frustrating, can't it? You know, when you apply for a job and they don't even get back to you. Not even, like, if you don't get an interview, that's fair enough, but to not even hear back, I mean, that really irritates me. But oh well, you know, it's we don't live in a perfect world, unfortunately. But, and there is a but, a very good but. I then I applied for a job, got a job interview, went to the job interview, and it all went quite well, in my opinion, and I was very hopeful. I should mention it is with the same company who I was going to be working with this summer, just in a full-time position. So I'd applied for a job this summer, for a sort of summer role, if you will, and this job that I've just applied for is a full-time position with the same company. So you know, they already know who I am. I've worked for them before, and all that good jazz. Yeah, they know me pretty much. Even I think some of my references were even from the company. So all good stuff. Job interview went really well. Went home, went back to can't say it now, went back to London, where I am. You know, waited about a week or so, and yeah, eventually got a phone call, and they've offered me the job, and I've of course have accepted. So yeah, that's this, you know, I'm leading up to what the great big news is, if you will. But I did get the job. I got a full-time job for after university. I actually start that new job on Monday, the 3rd of June. So today is what is today? Today's Thursday, and yeah, my first day at the job is Monday morning, bright and early. I won't say what it is or who it's with or anything like that. You know, I'm not one of those YouTubers. I'm not willing to, you know, give out my whole entire life details, you know. But all you guys need to know is, don't worry, you know, the Rhythmic Biker found himself a job. He won't be an unemployed bum. He will have some money, some monies, which, who knows, maybe could go away to improving this channel ever so slightly. Who knows? But yeah. Now for the big news of the job. The job is not in London, so the job is actually back home or back to my home, if you will, Milton Keynes. Yeah, I found myself a full-time position back in Milton Keynes. I was quite shocked when I saw the job come up, and when I then applied and got the interview, and then I got the job. Yeah, as you can imagine, shock. The whole thing has just been shock. But that's all right. You're very welcome. Yeah, it's all good shock, if you will, because, well, like I say, I got it. But that does mean moving back home to Milton Keynes, which isn't a problem. Obviously, I have friends and family there. I know the area very well. If anything, it's quite good news for this motovlogging channel, because, well, Milton Keynes, you've seen the roads, much nicer roads, much just much nicer in general. My plan, however, was to stay in London. Unfortunately, that just wasn't a possibility. The job market here was so competitive, and yeah, it just wasn't doable in the end. It is again quite good news for me, and I guess for the Uncle Red duo vlog, because that can now happen literally whenever, considering we're going to be living much closer. So hopefully we should see that sooner rather than later. Bike feels incredible today. I've recently had a bit of tinkering done with it. New chain and sprocket, carb clean and balance, all that good jazz. Feels absolutely incredible at the moment. For those of you who own an older bike, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. When you give it some love and some TLC, and it just does feel very good. But yes, Rhythmic Biker, are there any negatives to this job, I hear you ask? And again, I thank you for the question that I've actually asked myself. But there is one slight little thing that I haven't mentioned about this new job, and that is that it requires me to purchase a car. Yes, I said it. I said the evil C word, and I'm sorry. Okay, I'm really sorry. You know me, I don't like to annoy people. You know, I like to stay on people's good side. But there, I've said it. It's out in the open. You all know what's going to happen, because it is going to happen, and I will purchase it. Now, don't worry. That does not mean I'm selling Ellie. Not that. Why? Not. Don't even know what that noise was. But yeah, that's my answer. Not a chance. I wouldn't sell Ellie if my life depended on it. So don't worry. Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy like that's ever going to happen. No, Ellie will not be sold. So yes, a car is coming. However, who knows? Maybe we'll have a bit of fun with it. You know, maybe I can somehow include it into the videos or whatever. Who knows? We'll find a way. It's definitely not going to hopefully eat up into my motovlogging time. The car is merely going to be a workhorse, really, because I need a car for this job. It was one of the requirements. So yeah, it's one of those a bit frustrating that I have to buy one. But oh well, that's life, isn't it? You know, sometimes you just got to do what is required of you, regardless of whether you like it or not. I'm not much of a car guy. I had a recent experience with a car just this weekend gone. Me and the other half and some friends, we went to Slam Dunk, if that means anything to some of you. It's a music festival. We went to the Hatfield one, so Slam Dunk South, and yeah, had a great time. But to get there, obviously with all of the, you know, it's not in London. It's about an hour and a bit. Yeah, we rented a car, and yeah, it's just weird. I haven't drove cars for a few years, and despite the fact that I've been a delivery driver as a part-time job pretty much during university, but that's driving 3.5 ton vans, you know, so, and they're automatic, so they're quite easy. Anyways, and yeah, they're definitely not a geared car, but you know, you get the hang of it quite quickly, or I should say, you get the hang of it. You know, I did learn to drive a manual car years ago. It's just that then I've always kind of been into bikes and always had bikes rather than the four-wheeled cage. So, oh well. Hopefully we'll find a way to have some fun with it. So yeah, guys, that pretty much does cover just about everything that I wanted to get out there. The changes that will be happening to this channel. Quite drastic changes. You know, we'll be we'll be moving. We'll be going back to Milton Keynes. It's gonna be eventful, but hopefully it should see some positive changes to this channel. Who knows? And yeah, hopefully I get settled into this new job quite quickly. You know, do well. That's always something that I suppose we're always aiming for. And yeah, cool. Life moves very quickly. It feels like just yesterday I was moving to London, and now I'm going home again. So, life, eh? Alright, I think that's just about everything I had to talk about. But yeah, the next video shouldn't be too far away. I am riding back home to Milton Keynes tomorrow, so my last day in London actually today as well. Mental. Right, apart from that, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. And yeah, I'll see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching, guys.